Baseball sucks. Why do you think he needs to be in sports? I don't think he needs to be in sports. Let me say my case first for the people. Here's why. I didn't like sports as a kid. I hated that my parents made me do it. I hated going out there. And look, I'm a lone wolf. Colton, lone wolf too. We're a one-man wolf pack.
Well, so the whole benefit though of baseball specifically, it is a whole bunch of
boringness.
You have a whole team that you have to coexist with. And he's going to learn a lot of socio-emotional skills, huge development with him interacting with other kids his age. So for him to have that interaction and him to figure out conflict resolution and him like going against like, shit, gotta figure out this, and it's just so much development for him that's so crucial, and I'm so excited.
Well, he's into baseball because he wants to make mom happy. So you put kids in sports and I'm not a sports fan. How do we deal with this? Everybody, I'm Ryan Stewman.
I'm Amy Stewman.
We're 1/3 of the Stewmans.
Yeah, we are.
And 1/6 of the Stewmans, actually another third of the Stewmans, because you and him got me a little flustered right this minute.
Yeah.
Amy decided to enroll our 6-year-old in baseball.
Sure did.
Didn't ask me. Didn't say, hey, Ryan, what do you think about this? Hey, honey, let me ask you a question. She just came home and said,
you're welcome.
Yeah, sort of. You didn't even say that. You said, I put Colton in baseball. Baseball sucks. It's boring to watch. And it's even more boring when it's 6-year-olds.
Well, I didn't just say I enrolled him in baseball.
Okay, how did this go down then?
I said, hey, honey, you know, we are going to have date nights for the rest of our lives.
No. That came later. That came later.
I did it.
That was part 2 of the conversation.
I don't know. My memory is not always chronologically accurate. I know what happened. I just don't know
but continue.
Or what in front of the other. But I said, we're going to have date nights for the rest of our lives. But for this season right now, for the next 2 months, our date nights are going to be with Colton. And we're going to take him to dinner. And then we're going to take him to baseball practice. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be so much fun. And it's going to be the most wonderful bonding time ever. And he's always going to remember it. He's going to be like, Wednesday is my day with mommy and daddy. And then he gets to show off how good he is in baseball. And it's going to be amazing.
So on top of her robbing me of time and making me go watch 6-year-olds play baseball, which is about as exciting as watching paint dry.
If it's a great color, that's
now
exciting.
I'm missing out on date night. So like,
no,
hey,
because it's just gonna be me and you sitting there.
No shit, it's different.
Inflatable, but
hey Ryan,
cheers.
Enrolled your son in the sport that you absolutely hate and bores you to death, and I know you're busy and shit, but now you got to go too. Like we can't take separate cars or something. And by the way, you don't get to date me because we're gonna go to baseball games where they don't serve food, don't serve alcohol. Don't serve fun and playtime and happiness. It's just, Well, but this is how she did it. She goes, you remember like your first client, Eloy? He's the coach. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if Tommy Lasorda was the coach or Nolan Ryan,
I know who Nolan Ryan is, but not the Tommy guy.
So, that's what's going on here in Plano, Texas right now.
Well, you know what? He's going to be practicing. It's just going to be mano in those expandable chairs sitting in the grass, hanging out. Me and you. Yeah, it's going to be so fun.
No, not at all.
I'll bring you some Topo Chico and lime and some big old Yetis with a nice little straw.
So back to the point. So you put kids in sports and I'm not a sports fan. How do we deal with this?
We're going to enjoy it thoroughly. It's going to be great.
That's a strong we. That's a strong we.
He's 6 years old.
Was that a French we or?
He's both. 6 years old and he's
got great hair.
Now the middle child. Like he was the baby. Not the baby anymore, kind of struggles with that,
the
attention.
Baby's a terrorist.
Baby's adorable.
She is cute as a button. If not, she would get beat. She is a terrorist, bro. A terrorist.
The sweetest. But she, so he used to be the baby. He was all coddled. He was the most, oh my gosh, handsome.
He's very handsome.
Little baby. Oh my gosh. He was like, oh my gosh.
He's still very handsome at 6.
Yes, it's still very spoiled.
Even with doo-doo stains in his underwear, he's still cute.
Oh my gosh. But
he gonna play this one day. He gonna be like, my dad's an asshole.
But you know what I mean? He's totally a middle child now. And I can't wait for us to have like this whole little, now it's our like kid date night.
Yeah.
And maybe we can rotate this, after his baseball season ends, like every now and then we can just rotate a kid and okay, now it's your turn.
But it's our date night.
We spend a lot of time together. We just turned date night into date day. We had lunch.
So now it's AAARP because it's super early, you know?
Not always.
We was having date night at 5:30, but now it's at 1:30 because of soccer or baseball practice.
Wild. And now we don't just have the AARP discount. Now we have the lunch special.
We did get a discount on lunch.
We did a discount on lunch.
But I ordered the dinner anyway because I was hungry.
You ruined
so
it.
I forego that discount.
It's okay.
So why do you think he needs to be in sports? I don't think he needs to be in sports. Let me say my case first for the people.
You're like, I'm going to ask you a question, but I'm going to answer it first.
I'm going to let you finish, Taylor. But Beyonce, now listen, in the comments, I need you to decide with me or the wife, okay? And I'm not going to judge you that much, but I need to know whose side you're on here, okay? So I don't think the kid needs sports. Here's why. I don't like sports as a kid. I hated that my parents made me do it. I hated going out there. And look, I'm a lone wolf. Colton, lone wolf too. We're a one-man wolf pack. And, he goes, and his team sport is he goes to the ranch and, chases cows and fishes. And that's what I did as a kid. And I hated that they pulled me out of those things that I liked doing to go play sports with people that I didn't like, that were better than me, that I didn't really care that much about. And I didn't see it really going anywhere in my life. Even at first grade, I was one of those kids that was like, hey, quit sitting down in the outfield. That was me, right? And I bet you that Colton's going to be the same way.
Absolutely.
And because we have no interest in it. But the kid, dude, he can ride a four-wheeler like no other 6-year-old. And I bet you if we put him into a four-wheeling, like if we went four-wheeling racing or something like that, he'd dominate. The dude,
totally.
But that's what he's into. He's not into baseball. He's into baseball because he wants to make mom happy. But he's really into cows and four-wheeling and fishing and
which is great.
Shooting squirrels with an air gun. You know what I mean?
Well, so the whole benefit though of baseball specifically, it is a whole bunch of
boringness.
So you have a whole team that you have to coexist with, right?
Tolerate.
You have to
I think the word you mean is tolerate.
And he's going to learn a lot of socio-emotional skills. Huge development with him interacting with other kids his age, because he has his best friend that's his age, but he hangs out with like all the older boys and he doesn't have a lot of kids that are his age. So for him to have that interaction and him to figure out conflict resolution and him like going against like, shit, got to figure out this, and it's just so much development for him. That's so crucial. And I'm so excited. And he's going to it's going to be struggle. It totally is. Last night in the backyard, we played catch, and getting your fingers in that glove and doing the glove is like the most stressful thing for a little boy playing baseball. Did it with Asher. That's fine. And that's cool. But he got through it. He did it. He figured it out. And I told him, I said, you're going to get mad that you're not good at something at first, but you can't let that stop you, because there's a whole bunch of, you're going to be bad at everything when you first start it. You got to just work through it until you get good. And he did it. And then he was proud of himself, right? That recognition. He was so good. And then we were throwing it and we did underhand and then we rolled it. It was great. It was wonderful. It's going to be wonderful.
See, Amy, she's a woman, clearly. Natural born, by the way. She's not non-binary like, some of these folks today.
Thanks for clarifying.
You're welcome. Real natural woman. I've verified that.
Add the asterisk below.
And it's important in today on a YouTube channel. It's important they know that today. So here's the thing, though. Thank you. We have a son, Asher. He's in wrestling. Wrestling is a one-man sport. He dominates. He pinned an older kid yesterday. Pinned an older, bigger kid yesterday because he's a badass. Jackson, he likes group sports. Colton,
did you see the nurse email?
Colton, no.
Like an hour ago?
No. He's back at it.
I'm pretty sure like 2 episodes of this ago we were talking about Jackson the nurse.
Yeah, that's what I say. He's back at it.
Well, so mind you, Sweet Boy just broke his collarbone.
Yep.
Bonafide busted
That's
collarbone.
what happens when you play team sports.
I took him to he wasn't even playing a sport. That was him walking.
But it was his fellow teammate that did it. Yeah. Anyway.
It was just a friend. I took him to the hospital. I saw the x-ray. It's a broken collarbone. He claims he slipped on soap in the locker room, fell down, shoulder's fine, collarbone's fine, fell down and busted out a loose tooth that was loose. I knew there was a tooth that was loose. So he slipped on the soap in the bathroom.
Man,
Busted his tooth out.
I never thought I'd have to have the don't drop the soap talk with my kids.
An hour
but
ago.
Seems like it's...
He managed to do these things. Like, it wasn't in the showers. He's not doing sports because of said busted collarbone. This would have been like the little like dial soap. How do these things happen with that kid? He's Calamity Jacks. Like, is that gonna be a thing? Can we make that a thing for him?
Yeah, Calamity Jacks. Let's don't demean the kid. But like,
you might like it.
that's what happens when you put them in team sports. Meanwhile, Asher pinned a kid last night. He's just fine.
And he's sore as hell. His head hurts.
We should put Colton in a solo sport instead of baseball.
After baseball, we can. He doesn't. He loves four-wheeling. It's great. But life, nobody wants to deal with other people in life. Okay? I like you. I like hanging out at home. But you got to at some point. You have to. He's still in school.
He goes to school.
But he does not play well with others. He has his best friend. That's his homie. Exactly. They get each other.
You expect him to play well with baseball team?
Oh my gosh. He is about to make this poor little boy cry at lunch yesterday. He was talking about how bad his breast stinks. Jeez, dude, can you stop talking? Like he said it in that loud. Can you stop talking? I can smell like this kid's like 2 feet away. I can smell your breath. It stinks. Ooh, do you not brush your teeth? Don't you? Yes, Colton, I brush my teeth. I brush my teeth and I eat breakfast. You brush your teeth after you eat breakfast. Like he was just going in for the kill. And this poor kid. He's
Colton,
great.
In the family, Colton is the teeth brusher.
Future attorney. Yeah,
he is the teeth brusher, though. Like I will say this, Colton
he tried to floss on Sunday.
Colton won't leave the house unless he's prepared to leave the house. Like Asher, he don't care. Jackson cares a little bit now because he's got a girlfriend. But Colton, like he ain't gonna be seen. He gonna have his hair done and his teeth brushed.
If he's going with you to get the car washed, Mom, I need you to do my hair.
Yeah,
Mom,
like he's gonna want his hair cut and his taxes done before he goes anywhere.
See? He's going to get into baseball. He's going to get the swing of things in the routine. And he's going to be like, you, go to front. He's going to be bossing them all around.
He's going to be the first one in the family. If that happens, he'll be the first one.
He's going to be the base coach. You, make sure, fast. You go, then you, here. Okay?
You, take your stanky mouth over to second base. That's how he's going to talk,
Don't breathe on them. Wait, breathe on them, and then maybe if you were going to be out, you'll be safe. You'd do that.
By the way, baseball sucks because it's fucking hot too.
It's gonna be a toasty one.
And it's just March.
You gotta show off your gams, honey. Put on some shorts, some tennis shoes, a tank top, some sunglasses, and a hat, some Topo Chico. Call it a day. Just enjoy the sun.
I would get a prescription for Xanax.
Sunscreen. I'll make you a little Topo Yeti with a little umbrella. Cheers, honey.
You're going to drive me back to drinking, ain't you?
I'll get a stadium seat so we don't get too sweaty.
What's a stadium seat?
You know what a stadium seat is? It's what you put on the metal bleachers so you don't have like the metal peeling off your sweaty legs.
They ain't got no bleachers, babe. Where we're going over to Pine Tree Park or whatever it's called.
That's just for practice. It's not for games.
Oh, all right.
Games, they have bleachers. It's a really nice stadium. Sure is.
It's Shelton?
No. Prestonwood.
Prestonwood.
Yeah.
So our kids go to this one school, but all like the uppity people go to this other one. My lawyer calls that school Six Flags Over Jesus because it's like a church.
He's not wrong.
It's like a mega church. It's like a mega, ultra, super mega church called Prestonwood.
That's bigger than that.
It's big as the church is as big as Cowboy Stadium. I'm not far off on the size of this. It might actually be bigger. Okay, like if there's a landmark in the city of Plano, Texas that you can see from the roof of this building, it's Prestonwood Church.
Yes.
And it's bigger than the bank buildings here. So, those guys are just,
Great school.
Just funneling billions of tax-free dollars every year through there. Let's just be honest.
Great sports facilities. I love it.
When you don't got to pay taxes, you can afford to have good talent,
Hey, nice trees. They got Christian music playing and all the music all around all the stadium. It's so nice.
Yeah.
It's great.
Not my people. We went to interview at that school because we literally lived across the street from it. And I sat through about 5 minutes of orientation. I went, let's go, baby, get your purse. This ain't our place, you know?
But we didn't.
Only because I knew they were going to reject me anyway. They're like,
They didn't.
we look at the parents' social media. Well, let's get the fuck out of here, you know?
They do, actually.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
They do.
We watch parents and student social media here, so we make sure that we always have good people. Well, that's our cue to go have fucking beer, babe. You know, we're out of here. You know?
Oh, man. I never felt like a degenerate before that
I was
day.
probably high sitting in that meeting going, and probably just made a post about being high going to a school meeting before we sat in there. So I needed to get out of there before I was placed under arrest. I don't know, man.
Oh, my word.
This is all behind us now, though. You know, we can talk about it now because
It actually was a long time ago. If you
Yeah,
really, it was
7
a long
years
time
ago. Colton wasn't born yet.
Wow.
We were trying to put, might have been 8 years ago, we were trying to put Asher and Jackson in there.
That's funny. Well, and where I come from,
And think about this, they've gone there since kindergarten. So it had to have been 6-7 years ago.
I know. Well, and so where I grew up in Arizona, and I do it, well, into Alabama and private school too, but private school there, I mean, they didn't care.
They got private school in Alabama?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be damned.
Stop it. But we're in Arizona with the private schools that I all went to. It didn't matter what religion you were or anything. They're like, yeah, sure, as long as you could pay. And there was entrance exams into my my high school. You know, you had to be smart enough to go to it. But other than that, that's not nice to say.
I'm asking a question. I didn't make a statement.
I killed the test.
I bet you did.
And I paid
Whose
the fee.
paper you cheated off of?
That's not funny. Pretend you did not say that.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't care. And so going to this school and then you fill out the whole thing. I thought, you know, me putting that I grew up Catholic was something that was like, oh yeah, she's actually putting that she's religious. Yep. Total shoe-in. Absolutely not. I learned that Baptists do not like Catholics. That's a thing. They do not like Catholics.
Like Israelis and Palestinians?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
We're going to need to fact check that in the comments.
And then I forget who I was talking to. I was probably talking to Megan. And I told her, and she's like, oh, well, there goes that. That's not. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, you can't put that on there. There you go. Yeah, and threw out your application immediately. I was like, no. She's like, because
apparently the Baptists don't like people that molest children.
No,
you know? I mean,
it's
it makes
because
sense.
because Catholics, they like we're all about like the saints and like whatnot, but they say no, only Jesus is and God are
I
our only
never
idols.
understood being a Catholic anyway. Look, like, man, if I'm doing something wrong, I'm not telling nobody,
It
especially
absolves
not
your
somebody
sins.
who could snitch on me.
They don't snitch; it stays with you.
Yeah,
It's
I
in
don't
the
believe
vault.
that. I believe if the FBI or the police come asking questions, it ain't staying at nothing but documents on a police report.
Oh my gosh, that's not the
Confess
case.
your sins. Well, I did this, that, and the other. Oh shit, 911. Like, I don't know.
I think there is a clause about
Of
certain
course.
types of
Same
legal
with a
activities.
therapist. You know what I mean? Everything's attorney-client privilege till a crime's
Maybe.
involved.
Or maybe it's not. I don't know. I really want to look that up now too. Okay, two things we're looking up: square footage of the church and laws on priests divulging information to police. This is a great Google
Yeah.
itinerary.
Or
we have
you
here.
guys could just tell us. you
Now
know?
this is what we're going to
We
be
wanna
doing at
know.
date night on the field. It's going to be beautiful weather tonight.
We're
though,
going to be
I'm
doing
just
anything
gonna
other
say.
than watching baseball.
It's going to be great. They're not even going to be playing baseball. We're going to be watching kids fail at playing catch with each other. It's going to be awesome. We're going to place bets.
On what?
I don't know. It's going to be great though. We can get creative. Maybe if somebody's
so tonight
going.
when I
and-
say bet your ass, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
Hey, you bet your ass. Hey, we know what we're talking about. Just say it.
Good for you.
Yeah, good for me if I win, you know. Not like your literal ass, just, you know, just your ass. I don't mean like, you know,
There's two.
yeah, I don't mean like your whole, I just your ass, you know, just bet your ass.
Are you done?
I just want to make sure I'm not into that.
You
Just letting
done?
the audience know so they don't think I'm weird like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. I think that's illegal in Texas
I
anyway. It's
think-
definitely illegal in
I
Alabama.
think you should have stopped talking like 20 seconds ago.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm proud of yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be a great date night. And you were complaining.
You
thinking
see
this
how
wasn't gonna
she's
be
trying
fun.
to convince me it's going to be a great date night.
You got like 2 months of it.
Yeah. And tomorrow's her birthday. Yeah.
It is.
I'm officially married to an old woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it feel? I got to go get my eyes checked.
I'll find
Fun
out.
fact.
Bet that ass. I'll find out exactly how it feels. I'm not sure yet. Again.
Oh, I might have to put on my readers.
No.
No.
You do got some sexy glasses, but they're not the readers,
I only have one pair.
Amy and I were sitting somewhere the other day, and she goes, I can't believe they wrote this so small. And I was like, it's
no. And then
probably 20
we
font,
were
babe.
in
It's all good.
church, and there's this big old, I can tell it's big, bold, black font of a Bible verse. And I'm like, grab his arm, like, you can see that clearly, can't you?
I have great vision.
It was blurry as shit for me. And I'm like, oh, that shouldn't be blurry.
Apparently,
oh no.
carrots are good for your
no.
vision. Apparently, so is marijuana, because I can see great still all these years later.
Good
Most
for
people my
you.
age start losing their vision.
Sure do.
They do.
Yeah.
My dad wore glasses. My grandpa wore glasses, but I refuse to wear glasses. Therefore, my mind has to make my eyes act right, and they got to focus.
Yeah.
It's mind over matter.
Oh.
Mind over matter.
Was that how that works?
Plenty here, 20/20 here. You see what I'm saying?
You're like, your eyesight you're going to work muscle, and then it just doesn't.
It does.
And then it sees things.
The mind is a powerful thing.
You're so
I
good
once
at
willed
that.
my way back from paraplegicism. I did. You were there.
Oh, yeah?
They said you're not ever going to be
Oh,
able to walk.
That doesn't count.
Doesn't count. It's a fucking miracle. Jesus turned water into wine. I turned a broken spine into movement. They said, you're never going to be able to walk out of here. And I went, watch this. Move, motherfucker. Just like C.T. Fletcher. Grow, motherfucker.
Let's not rehash
happened, though.
that day.
It happened, though.
That was a shitty day.
I walked. She lived.
You walked
I did.
barefoot
Who
in
you
your
know
socks,
break
in
their
a
neck,
hospital gown.
break their arm, flip an
Oh
ATV,
my gosh.
have 3 wheels, get out with a broken neck and arm, flip the ATV over, load Jefferson Santos's ass back in the ATV, and then drive it back on 3 wheels. First of all, that's Mama Bear picking up a car off of her baby type of powers. I'm just saying, let's respect the mind over matter.
Good for you.
First time in a helicopter. I was supposed to go pig hunting in a
Didn't
helicopter.
do that.
And I woke up in the helicopter and I went, I don't think we're looking for pigs, are we? My friends who were drunk decided to draw a circle around the knot on my head in case the doctors couldn't find it.
Yeah, and
They
they
really
put an
have-
arrow.
With an arrow, yes. Right here was the point of impact.
Oh, you lived.
Yeah, what a good lawyer.
Oh my gosh.
So
Good for
baseball, these are the...
You understand though why I put him in it.
No, I do not.
For
I do
the
not agree.
development aspect. And you understand why it's a good idea. And it's going to be so great. And why the whole package of like us taking him to dinner and then both being there to support him at practice to see how good he is. It's a big deal.
I just know what's coming. Me screaming at kids. Pick up the fucking ball, Colton! I know.
No, you're
Me
not.
getting kicked out of another sports arena.
You've never been kicked out of a sports arena.
I've voluntarily left before because of the look of disappointments on parents' faces.
Okay. But it's going to be fine.
Towards the end of Asher's baseball career, I literally was like, okay, buddy, I'll come back and pick you up.
You did.
Yep.
A dick move.
Yeah. He didn't care.
No.
He sucked.
Because he's Asher. He doesn't even, I was like, can I come watch? So he's picked up for wrestling practice. I don't have to take him. So I'm like, can I go watch? Do you care if I go watch? And he's like, you don't have to go. Like, what? Are you serious?
By the way, Dreslinski pulled in our neighborhood last night, and he might as well have been like in some Ken Block, Jim Connor shit, drifting around the fucking cul-de-sac, pulling back in there, bro. I'm sitting in the computer in the office, and I look, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Fuck. My buddy comes to pick my kid up to take on a wrestling practice. I'm pretty sure he drifted the cul-de-sac. Like, in a Ford Explorer, by the way. Voted most likely to flip car in the history of flipped cars. Google that. That's a fact. Ford Explorer,
what?
yes, 100%. I
You need
worked
to
for
forward
him.
that to Tim.
Yeah. Freaking Tim Block. Ken Block's little brother.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Ken died, though. He's not with us anymore. He was a legend.
But they made it.
Yeah.
They were just
he
going
lived.
across the street.
He lived.
They were just going across the street.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
One time Tim hits me up and he's like, hey man, my parents are coming to town. Can I borrow your Rolls Royce? Absolutely not.
He texted you.
Yeah. He goes, really, man, I thought we were boys. We are, but I've ridden with you in a Ford Explorer. There's no fucking way I'm letting you drive my Wraith.
Oh my gosh.
Man, that's messed up. Sorry, judge me. True story. We're still friends, though.
I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah. That was not your concern. I
Apparently
handled it.
not. Apparently
handled
not. Oh my
My
gosh.
parents are coming to town. Come borrow your car? Hell no.
Well, you'll have to report back next week on how you survived baseball
Yeah.
and your insights of it and how you are so happy that we made this decision to temporarily switch up date night.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
The whole point of date night is a courtship that leads to mating. And throwing a kid in there, it just kind of
Yeah, the
just
second part
kinda-
doesn't happen. But you know
kind
what?
of disrupts the process.
We're
you know?
owed a little bit of extra time.
It's not gonna stop me,
I
just so
think-
you
I
know,
think
but
we
it's
might-
just
we
disrupting
might
the
be able to
process.
add another day. So maybe we can have like a little, like, you know, secondary quick little me and you dinner on a different day.
Until you decide to roll another kid in sports, and now we're juggling sports things.
No, I am going to enroll Harlan
That
in a
is the
dance, though.
downside. See what I'm fucking saying?
But that's going to be on the weekends.
That is the downside of having all these kids. Is like Jax plays football, Asher wrestles, and you know what? The good news is I have 50-50 with Jax. So his mom has him half the time, I have him half the time. So half the time I don't have to go deal with that. Asher, I let Tim take him, and so Asher goes with Tim. But like at some point, I'm gonna run out of places to pawn these kids off, and I'm gonna have to start showing up at their events. It's not that I don't love them. If they ever get good,
gosh,
if they ever get good, I'm gonna be on their bandwagon. But it's that, you know, just like I didn't make the kids come and watch me when I was learning to write. It would have drove them nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh my
type and
gosh.
stuff. It's, you know, it's like, watch this. I'm gonna write a Facebook post. I didn't do them like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, watch me
Would
crank
they
this
have
out.
watched? Yes.
No,
Yes.
I wouldn't have done that to them. I love them too
Oh my gosh.
much.
Well, you're going to thoroughly enjoy date night tonight.
I better.
You are.
I better enjoy what comes after it. That's what I'm really looking forward
Okie dokie.
to. All right.
You're not going to go off on a tangent about that. But we'll get back next week with the recoup full circle.
Next week we're in Breckenridge, so we may miss an episode. We may
They don't
miss a
know
week.
that.
They don't know that.
No.
Maybe we have an extra one in there. Maybe we don't. I don't know. Do we have an extra one in there? No. See, they're gonna know.
They're going to know.
So to be continued. So final thoughts?
I'm just really excited for today.
Yeah, I'm not. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.